speaking of going up, I want to take a look at crypto right now because Bitcoin pierced $100,000. Right now we're trading at 102,622. Trump's SEC pick helps. Paul Atkins, he's more crypto friendly, and I think it also helps that Vladimir Putin gets on the same page as Donald Trump and talks about putting together a fund of Bitcoin. It's more reliable than the dollar for the Russians. Let's bring in Mike Reagan right now, Bloomberg's global crypto editor. Mike, I guess we knew it was going to happen, right? It was almost inevitable. But what are the drivers here?
Yeah, it really did seem inevitable, though. It hit that 99,700 level like almost 2 weeks ago, and then really turned around. So there was clearly some really strong resistance right at that 100,000 level. Whether it's just that typical round number resistance, there's also a lot of options outstanding right at that level. But it did. You're right. It did feel inevitable. The news on Paul Atkins, very crypto-friendly pick for the SEC, was confirmed late yesterday. Also, one of the Trump cabinet nominees that's probably going to have a much easier road through confirmation than some of his other picks, which is, also something I think the industry is taking note of. But I would also point out, Matt, the timing is really interesting because it was really, it was like 9:30 at our time last night, right at the morning of the Asian hours. And when you look at what's going on in Korea with the won weakening, the Kospi weakening, crypto trading has become so huge in South Korea that now that on a dollar value basis, it's actually bigger than the equities trading in Korea. Wow. So I wouldn't discount sort of the bullishness and sort of even crazy to sound, but a haven trade in Korea for Bitcoin, given the time of night where
not crazy to me, brother.
Yeah.
A lot of macro moves going on, but also, can I just say, I'm a bit impressed by the financial ingenuity here you see among crypto traders. Can you explain this arbitrage trade that's going on with MicroStrategy's notes?
Yeah, it's sort of complicated, but to really boil it down to simplicity, MicroStrategy is doing two things. It's offering actual equity, secondary equity offerings, and these convertible notes. And it's become a very popular hedge fund and retail trade. Retail is very all in on the stock and just buying and going along the stock. But there's also this trade where some hedge funds are going in and out, shorting and going long the stock, but also going long the convertible arbitrage. And it's almost become this mini asset class of itself, MicroStrategy. When you look at these ETFs that track it, just that single stock and lever up on it. So MicroStrategy has become this sort of phenomenon in itself, completely detached from really the core underlying software business that's at the heart of it, and really become this really speculative play on the direction of Bitcoin.